I've been hunting Kansas with friends since I was 18 years old. I didn't really know what to expect the first time I went out there.
Yeah, here they come, They're locked in. There's 3 right there.
I knew the waterfowl hunting was good, far better than eastern North Carolina. The day I set foot in Kansas for the first time, I was hooked. Not only was there waterfowl everywhere, we were seeing massive whitetail all over the place. First thought, this is my kind of country.
Get him, get him, get him, get him.
I got that one that's going down.
Good. Can't ever let those get so close. You know what I mean? Like just hang it.
Number 2. Good girl, Sadie. Thank you. Thank you, girl.
Wide open spaces, cold, and 2 of my most favorite things to hunt, whitetail and waterfowl.
Sadie.
Oh, baby. Got another cotton top. They're coming in. They're all damn widgeon. That's a bull right there. That is a grown one. Look at that. Oh, that's amazing. Man, what hunt. Kansas, I've been coming out here for probably 10 years now with a couple of my buddies. It was an incredible hunt. We got a lanyard full of widgeon and mallards and pintails, you know, everything. And you got to love it when a plan comes together. So, I mean, we're just out here having a good time with all the boys. Look at them. You can't get better than that.
You want to take them up? You want
Staying at all these houses over the years and seeing these massive deer on the wall always had me dreaming to hunt Kansas whitetail. I knew one day I would find myself hunting them. I just didn't know when or how. I got to talking to a good friend and colleague about my dreams of hunting Kansas whitetail. He then said to me, I might know a guy that could make all these dreams come to reality. Sure enough, he did. Before I knew it, I was signing a lease on some prime whitetail ground that I could call mine and manage. My imagination was running wild with the potential deer that I could harvest in the future.
Man.
So we got 160 acres here, wheat on both sides with the bottom brush cover, bedding on the west side of there. Creek bottom throughout the middle of it. It's
good deal.
Perfect setup, yep.
Looks like a pretty decent drop off in there.
Yeah, it drops down probably 25, 30 feet from the top here.
Yeah, man, this is a beautiful piece of property. I'm excited to see what we can make out of it.
Milo over here, beans planted on the far side. Just cut Milo over here. Drilled wheat on this property.
You got it all. I mean, there's no reason for them not to be here.
The day has come. I'm no longer dreaming, but living the dreams that I've had for so many years.
So when I locked down this lease, you know, it's like a dream come true. I've been coming to Kansas for eight years now. Always been up here for duck hunting. Never really thought I'd have the chance to be lucky enough to whitetail hunt in one of the best parts of America to kill big, mature whitetail. It's truly just a blessing to be out here. Gonna get them patterned. We're gonna see what happens.
I had no clue what to expect on my first sit. I was on cloud 9 just to be sitting in the stand in Kansas. I didn't care if I saw anything at all. Just blessed to be living out my dream in God's country. The initial plan, once I signed the lease, was to just get the stand set up, get in the woods, and see what caliber deer I'm working with. Hunting the early season was tougher than I thought. There was tons of action. I was just holding out to see what kind of deer we were working with. Living in North Carolina made it a little bit more difficult to hunt those prime weather days and the typical days that you would want to hunt. Having the Overland rig made it a lot easier working on the road and traveling back and forth from North Carolina to Kansas. Hunting the early season in Kansas was a good learning curve for me, but all that did was give me a good understanding of how these deer behave in the early season. Now, it's time to reset, come back for the rut in November.
There are places in this world that rarely ever see people. Remote places. Places that take effort to get to. Places where life shifts into a different gear. Where memories are made and where stories are written. I'm Scott Sullivan. I've spent most of my life searching out these places, writing the story of my life and chronicling my journey. This past year, my good friend Cheyenne Peterson and I built two of the baddest overland vehicles on the planet, solely for the purpose of searching out these hard-to-find places. We wanted to have the gear to get to the places that most people don't go, the gear to get us to these special places where life's experiences are magnified, where stories are written. Join us as we cross the country and the world in these rigs, experiencing life, hunting, fishing, overlanding, and creating our own story, telling our tale. Join us for the Overland Chronicles.
I'm fired up to be headed back out to Kansas to catch the rut. I love hunting the rut because you never know what's going to walk out. You don't know what deer have stayed in the area, nor what deer have moved in or how long they'll be there. I've made a few local friends allowing me to get some good intel on the deer in the area. From what I'm hearing, there's tons of bucks making me anxious to get in the woods.
So we sat here yesterday afternoon, saw a few does, no luck with any racks. So we left all our stuff in the pond, so we could just get in here quick this morning, not making any noise, and try and catch them on their way back in. So we'll see what we can make out of the day.
Hunting the rut was going slow on my end, with no real action. But I did get news one of my friend's daughters knocked down an excellent mature buck. I had seen this buck driving down the highway a few weeks before. He was no slouch.
Look in, shot a pretty good one, and we had good blood, but it crossed the river, so we had to come around here to look for it. We're going to come down here and see if we can catch up with it again. But she was using her crossbow and put a good shot on it, looked like, so. We've been watching this deer. We've seen him on camera several times, and it's a perfect day just like this that he's been coming in pretty early by himself every several different afternoons, so we were hoping this might be the night, and looks like it could have been.
I shot a buck. I'm pretty excited. There's some blood.
That's where he came up. And we saw him come.
And here's some blood right here. Here's some right here too.
can't tell me he just stopped there up there.
There's some right here. There's some right here.
He stood there, and then he turned around.
Right here. There's some blood right here.
You got some? Here's some right here.
I don't know if we can find him. He's kind of far. Dad, here's some. Dad, I found some over here. Yeah. Oh, he's right there.
Is he dead?
Yes, no, he's moving his head.
Oh, yeah, he's right there.
He was laying right here.
They didn't want to bump the deer, so they marked their spot and headed out of the woods. John planned on coming back tomorrow morning with his son because his daughter couldn't get back to camp until later that evening.
Oh, right there's your hat. This one. There he is. Yep, there he is. I'm glad we finally got it. We were close to him last night. Man, she's gonna be excited when she gets home to see this guy. He's 12 years old and already shooting deer like that. Crazy. They're close to put on. That ain't the one I thought we shot. I thought we shot that other one.
I told you it wasn't.
You all right with this one? It's good.
He has an extra foot.
You like him? We're excited. I like him too.
As the season went on and the rut faded, I started to see more action, and I was able to pattern the bucks a little better.
There's a couple of big bucks or decent bucks right here on this fence line, about 700 yards away. They're kind of working their way away from us. They just knocked up out of this Johnson grass. I think one of them might be a shooter. He's a good buck, but I think he's got a couple more years. Damn.
I had a young buck come out with a lot of potential. He just wasn't quite mature enough, so I decided to let him walk. November was not my time to harvest the mature Kansas whitetail I was after. It was closing time. I knew I had only one more opportunity to get the job done before the season came to an end. It's early December and it's crunch time. This season on my lease was just not working out. I was not seeing the caliber deer I was looking to harvest. A good friend of mine and a local, Dylan Molt, introduced me to his partner, Gary. Gary and I got along great and started sharing stories about our hunting season. Gary looked at me and said, "I like you, boy. You seem like a good person. How'd you like to come hunt my place in the morning?" I said, "Yes, obviously. Who wouldn't?"
looks like a shooter to me. We're looking at him through the scope. He's a really nice buck. God, look at the character on him. He's just dark. He's an old deer. Are you on him?
Yeah, I'll take him. Yep, I'm on him.
All right, here we go. Buddy. Did I get myself? Oh my God.
Let's see.
That thing kicked so good. That thing got me. Oh my God. I think I just shot the biggest deer of my life. Holy crap. Oh, that's my first Kansas whitetail. Oh my God. Been hunting for 15 days. Collectively been here 3 times this year hunting. These new leases are hard to figure out. I've got in with some of the locals. We become good buddies, and you know they've just given me everything. They invited me on their ranch, turnkey, and said, "Shoot any trophy you want." That is just unreal. This is just incredible, incredible. Gary, he's the owner of this ranch. It's the Sandy Creek Ranch. I mean, I've known him for 2 days, and he invited me to come on his property. I'm truly beside myself, blessed, honored. I don't even know, words can't even begin to explain how I feel about this situation and the way this day came out. It's the last day of the season, the last day.
You're all I need, don't let me go. They say we're wrong, how could they know? Diving into what we can't see, don't look back, you're coming with me.
Wanted to get a nice, mature Kansas whitetail. That's what we did. That was just too epic.
Congrats, Scott. Good kill, buddy.
Thank you, Ricky.
He's a nice buck. I'd be proud if I were you.
I'm certainly
It's
am.
tough to beat that.
I'm freaking blessed. That is unreal. He's a nice damn deer. Oh man, that's a special deer right there. It is something else. He's got the nice little dip in his head and a big old run the nose. Oh my gosh. Gary, thank you.
Well, I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Great deer.
Oh my
Mature
God.
buck. Anytime you kill a mature buck, you've done good.
That's right, and that's what we wanted to do here today.
Talking about you pulled it down to the last minute, man. Huh? Last hour.
The last hour is what it got down to. I was saying earlier, it's just like this thing. I mean, hunted for 15 days. I've been up here 3 times, hunting all this stuff that I've leased, and you know, it's just been a tough year figuring out a lease, you know, and trying to figure out where the deer like to be, and so to have an opportunity like this, I mean, it just doesn't come around. It's a blessing. It really is. And
To find a deer not broke up this time of the year is pretty good in itself. You saw some broke deer. I'm sure
absolutely,
you got footage.
yes, sir. Oh yeah.
It's not as easy as people think it is it?
No, I mean, you gotta put in your time. I mean, that's what we were talking about the other night. You said you can't just go out there and hunt one day and expect to see a big deer. That's not how Kansas is. You got to sit for days, and you know they don't take the same path every day. They're the right place at the right time, and you just got to sit and go, and you can't shoot them on the couch.
That's right. You got to get out and do it.
You got to get out and be a part of it. Get out in the woods and go have fun. Get off the couch.
You got a great one, that's for sure.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you, boys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Woo! Golly.
Now the work begins.
My first season in Kansas was a long one, to say the least. A lot of hours spent in the woods, sitting, wondering, was it me or were the deer just not moving? That didn't discourage me one bit. I knew I just needed to take what I learned from this season and put it into next season. I met lifelong friends that I will never forget and always be grateful that the Lord put them on my path to success. The season had highs and lows, but no matter how many bad hunts you have, it still beats a good day inside. I couldn't be more thankful for all the people that helped make this dream a reality.